Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and Birkin, she cannot decide. The ladies, Mercedes, here go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, help ride. Back while I'm gripping her side. Big and mad back, this ain't regular size. You really fly, we like pelican guys. You ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put her gas in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her eyes. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the nuts. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Okay, money, okay. I took the Billy cool back, then I hopped in the car. I put the Billy in front of the Billy in front of the driver. And man, sit there in the road, wow. I'm still double, the ties, huh?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. Visitor sideline, a look at the Raiders head coach. His team making the long flight, always difficult to play the 1 o'clock Eastern game when a West Coast team feels like it's 10 a.m. on their body clock. His counterpart on the Ravens side is John Harbaugh. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home as we are set to go. Settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Off we go here in the inner harbor. Yeah. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. He can continue to play that style of ball. It's going to be a tough group to match up.
And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll be second down.
So when we went to their practice earlier in the week, Mike, we saw them. They spent a lot of time with these RPO looks, and it looked a lot better in practice than it did right there, but they're going to come back to it. They have a lot of faith in that element of their offense.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun, Jackson. That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. They'll motion a tight end right. action. Here's Jackson. He'll get this one out to his fullback. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Being a fullback is like the ultimate thankless position. You do all the dirty work. You give everyone else the glory. I love when coordinators find a way to just throw him a bone. Get him a touch, get him a carry. In this case, get him a reception. And he's able to pick up a pretty good chunk of yards.
On second down, here's a run with Henry. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
2nd and 10. Play action now. Jackson. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Now Jackson, this a designed run.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
For the field goal, a 51-yard attempt.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Ravens are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
This fielded at about the 9. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
And they'll take this up to the 30. Pick up the 5. With that, I will give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
third down. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle. That's the tight end, Bowers. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on third down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. They'll run with Genty. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Raider first down.
Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand?
Still first down.
Now they'll set up to throw. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. That's good for 27 and a first down.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, two things need to happen. One, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Now, get to Genty, running right. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Third down and 13.
To throw. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
48-yard attempt.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. John Harbaugh there, the Super Bowl winning coach of the Ravens, as his guys get ready for their next possession. Greg, I love the evolution of the NFL. Every 3-4 years feels like things change a little bit. Right now, it feels like we're in a running back, running game era. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely. And the league has such a funny way of continuing to reinvent itself. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Mike, this was a running back-led league. It was play action. Quarterbacks were under center. And then what offenses realized was the best way to score points is to generate explosive plays, get a bunch of yardage all at one time, because it's very hard to sustain possessions in the NFL. So as a result, they said, okay, what's the best way to generate big plays? It's to throw the ball downfield. So it became a very pass-heavy league, and then now defenses had to answer. The days of the big defensive tackles, the 260-pound Mike linebackers, everyone now on the field had to be able to defend space and defend the pass, and there was a lot more air on the field created by the defenses. So now, as a result, the offenses are saying, okay, we're throwing into all these bad looks, all these teams playing dime and multiple defensive backs. We're now going to take advantage of smaller bodies on the field, and we're going to run the ball at you. So the way I like to classify it is, like, offenses aren't running the ball more because they want to. Offenses are running the ball more because defenses are encouraging them to do that and saying, I dare you to run the ball 40 times this game and generate enough big plays to score enough points to beat me.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Pistol give to Henry. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Devon Gottschalk there on the tackle. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. That is caught out wide on the RPO. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd and
3. Jackson going to keep it himself. That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it in. He does. First down.
The advantage to this play call, Mike, is as an offense, you now can account for one extra defensive player. In this case, it's the quarterback reading the end. He goes after the running back. He pulls it, keeps it himself, picks up.
Oh, that swung out wide and intercepted. He's inside the 30. Nothing better than a big man touchdown. The defensive lineman comes up with a pick-6. Celebration time for the guys up front.
Yeah, Mike, and you can always see which guys have a little running back in their pass, because this big guy, when he got his hands on the ball, he was not being stopped until he found himself in the end zone.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders take a 10-3 lead.
Ravens 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this opening quarter. We are through 1. It's the Raiders with the early lead. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Left side, caught by Andrews. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Jackson now to throw on first down. That is into the hands of Wicks. He's close to a first down. The gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
An inside give here to the fullback on the dive. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after that.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
A first down throw for Jackson. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he's close to another first down. He'll step out right at that first down marker.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Jackson now on second down. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And he'll take this one in. Jay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. That his second TD catch of the season. The extra point is good. And the Ravens will tie things up. It's now 10-10. All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. The return starts from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Raiders offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10.
On the set.
They'll start on the ground with Genty. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Jonte Thornton was the intended target. And that'll set up 4th down. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
There's a short one caught by Andrews. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Jackson fires complete. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Raiders have come up with it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and
remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. We might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? Here's 1st and 10. To the air one more time with Jackson. Open man is beaten. He's got him. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground. Man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. In motion comes Andrews. 2nd down, Jackson. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Slot man in motion left. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Tyler Luke on for the Ravens field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens are going to take the lead. It's now 14-10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll try to establish some tempo. They start this one with 1st and 10. Ready? On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll try to set up the screen to Genty. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a first down.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's left side to Tucker. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. He'll try to pick it up with Genty, and he'll get to the 48, and that's going to be good enough. It'll pick up a first down. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
First down, Raiders.
Throwing now from the gun. Now Cook loses the football. And one of the Raiders able to get back in there and secure possession so they keep the ball. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Ready. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Going to take a shot down the field, and that is incomplete.
And I think at this point here, 2nd quarter of this game, I think now is where we can start seeing each team open up their offense a little bit more. Early on, everyone's kind of feeling each other out, getting a taste of what the game plans are. Here, they finally take a shot downfield. Nice job by the defense, but this is going to put a little depth.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him. The Ravens use the first timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Here's A.J. Cole now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. This brought in out past the 20, and it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick first down. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Throwing Jackson. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. From the gun, Jackson. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Third and short, Jackson. This one, downfield, looking for Henry. And he's in. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. A return now from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Ready, break! And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this is going to be a Raiders first down. They'll take it up to about the 33-yard line.
And the Raiders first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Las Vegas.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll let one go down the middle. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Back to the air once more on second down. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it. And that's going to bring an end to this first half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 27-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He's got his receiver, and that's Jack Best. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 6 16 yards.
They get 16 on that connection. First down, Vegas.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
That's caught left side by Bowers. The tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
17 more yards.
To break the huddle, coming up now for first and 10.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
Run right up the gut, Genty. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. That's to the right side, and caught by Bowers. His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15, and a first down.
Las Vegas first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Genty. He's going to get forward for about 5 yards, but this one might be coming back. Let's check in with the referee.
Still first down.
Straight ahead now with Genty. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he'll take it on in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
25-yard line.
Play action now. Jackson. Throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
That's good.
But even 20 yards, impressive start to this drive.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
One of the tight ends in motion right. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Jackson now on second down. Quick throw, taken in, and that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first process for a quarterback understanding who gets to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the...
That one underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bland.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
First down as the tackle is made at the 23-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
Keeping it on the ground with Genty. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. That is Nnamdi Madubuike there to bring him down. From the 24 now, here's second down and 9. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. Oh, he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
Take over first and 10 at the 19-yard line.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
It's now second and 10.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Now Lamar going to hang on to it. The defense not fighting. They stay at home. They tackle him for no gain.
At the line of scrimmage.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them, and in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
Jackson from the gun on third down. He's going to have the first down and more. And he's in. First shot. Touchdown, Ravens. On is Luke to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Ravens will extend this third quarter lead.
Raiders 17.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
7-yard line.
They'll run with Genty. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 16 yards on the game and a quick first down.
Finding yourself down here multiple scores in the second half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Once again, it's Genty. And he powers his way forward, doing it on the ground, inside the 40, a gain of 8.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll go again with Genty. And I don't think he got that wrapped up in the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
And it's third down.
He'll try to run it here with Burrow. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. They'll try it now with Genty. And he's going to have the Raiders first down by a good couple of yards. They get 3 on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a fourth down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Now this time they'll look to throw. Open man, that's Dante Thornton. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. throw out of the gun. He'll get this off to Genti. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
You want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Pushed out to his left. He's going to run it. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Here's Genti. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Best that time. And now 3rd and goal coming up.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before 3rd down. Look to throw. And he will score! Game on! Ashton Genti! Touchdown, Las Vegas. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super concerned with just handoff right, handoff left. And it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They bring a tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll He'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
Well, that second down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they're in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting third down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 45.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Up the middle they go. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. We'll try again. It's second and 10. A give right up the middle to Henry. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
On third down, Jackson. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gentry. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. To throw. That is taken in left side by Thornton. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Down hard in the backfield. Lost on the play, and it's going to bring up fourth down. What a hit. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. and it comes to 4th and 2. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Houghton. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Here we go. This is 4th down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete. They had their chance, he took it there. If you're trailing late, you've got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
It is 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And now flags fly as a gain of about 4 could be negated.
Still 2nd down.
Second down, Jackson. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Henry. They need 15, and that's exactly what they got. It is a 1st down. 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Down to a knee, here goes Jackson. And that should do it. So it's a win here for the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one.